Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Key of W with more Islands of Insight, just fooling around. I just finished the Archipelago of Curiosities last time, and by finished, I mean didn't finish. You know what? Let's claim this, see what happens. I don't think these don't really matter anymore, and I have a feeling that they're bugged, but I don't know. Just wanted that out of my way. So I think what I want to do now is just fly around and find some puzzles. Let me actually start with some around here, because I haven't been in this area for a while. So let's grab some puzzles in Autumn Falls. So there's going to be a friend somewhere. I'll get to you all later. I just want to see where we find the red. Okay, that's a cube I hear. Ah, there it is. Is it more this direction? Is it around a corner? It's not behind here. We have some 12 glow orbs. Oh. I'll take it. I'll take the gold time. Whatever, let's do this. We'll find the matchbox later. Don't make dead ends, I think is what this is. And so it's going to be one giant loop, so that's what it's going to be. That's how it is. I start recording, I have to sneeze. That's a different symbol, but it's the right color. Okay, darts. No dominoes. So we're going to have one black cell here, one black cell there. This is the only way to do this. Light cells all have to be connected. Great. Let's see. These have to be the two. That has to be there, so that does have to come out. Which means this is here. This has to escape this direction. So that means these are the two there. Those have to escape. I can make white squares, so I could put a white cell there. It's fine. These have to be the two here. Let's see. These have to be the two there. This has to escape, which makes that the black cell there. This is that. This has to escape. There have to be two here, so one of them is going to be this one. And the other one's going to be here. So this has to be here. This could be light or... No, this has to be dark. Dark cell. There we go. Neat. I like that one. There was one over here? No, I was just seeing things. Ah, there it is. That's a pretty good spot for it. So how do I see that and this? Just got to get a really good angle there. And now with this one... Now with this, I said, now with this one... there it is. And let's get the one at the top. Ah! Let's get the one at the... Let's get the one at the top of the rock. No, none of this. So that's going to come out, right? All dark regions of area 4. So if they're area 4, they're tetrominoes, so they're not going to be the T shape or the S shape. So we have I, O, and L are acceptable. No white squares. So L or O. Now if I did this, I would have to do that, because this would be a problem. No squares. This is a problem, so we definitely have this. Let's see. So light cells means that's going to come out. We have to do the L here. No squares means one of these two is black, and if any of them are black, then that one is. In fact, that is the only thing we can do there. These are all L or I shapes, I mean. This is going to be an O shape. That's gonna be an L shape. We're good. That's a cool puzzle. On the easier side, but it works. Let's head this way a bit. How about we get this here? I think there's one in there. Yeah. They call me Eagle Eye. Actually, nobody calls me that. I've tried for years, but they still just call me by my name. Oh. There's going to be another one down this way, probably, right? Maybe not. Up here somewhere? Up here somewhere, I suppose. Oh, hold on. We also just take care of this. Let the bubbles shrink while I do this. Dark regions of area 2, and we have to make sure. So this has to come through here. That's non-negotiable. And this could go up, but it can't go through here, so it does have to go through there. That's non-negotiable. That can't be a thing. That's going to be a light cell no matter what. Let's see. Which ones are for sure? This could be, or that could be. Either way, I don't know. Now, if I did this, we would have an issue. So yeah, this definitely has to go here, since that's a light cell. That's light. Yeah. Sure. The bubble's hardly shrunk at all. But it's definitely going to be more this direction. Maybe it's in one of the trees. I just wasn't paying attention. Oh, it is in one of the trees, and I wasn't paying attention. Look at that. There's a dog barking outside. Hopefully he's not on the microphone, or I'll have to pay him royalties too. Don't make that or that. Connect all dark cells. Well, this is going to have to be a light cell. We're going to have to do that. Connecting all dark cells is going to do this. That's a choke point. So we can't have that or this. No, that's possible there. But this is not. So yeah, we definitely have to come through here. Yeah. Either one of those is doable. We have to bring this around because we can't have, we can't have white squares, so we have to remember that one. Either one of those is still good. That is not, so we definitely bring that out. No white squares does mean we have this, so we can't do that. That is forced, meaning that's a white cell. That can be that. It's totally fine. Any of these are still good for black cells. No, this actually has to be a black cell because otherwise you'd have a white square. Let's see. These are good. Those are good. Not totally sure yet. This has to be dark cell or we'd make a white square. That's definitely light. This is definitely light. That has to be dark or we'd have a white square. I'm pretty sure if this is white, all of this would be white, so that's a choke point. So it's got to go in this way. Yeah, that's fine, but that is not, so definitely coming through here. Yeah. That kind of patterning's a bit weird, but it's alright. And we have a light motif over here. Do we have to look at it from up here? It's a little far up, with stuff in the way. Oh, here. Nice. piece. I also heard an archway somewhere. Was it up this far? Yeah, it was up here. We have some other stuff. Did I see a phasic dial this way? Ah, there it is. Is it one that's already complete? No, let's do it. Well, that's going to be last. So let's get the blue. Let's get the red, and then let's get the yellow. Oh, I see. Let's get till. Oh shoot. Let's get. Is there any of these that get there? There. Probably could have solved that faster, but I am dumb. I don't do phasic dials well. Take you. We'll see. Maybe these are close there-ish. This? Ah, there. That's interesting. I'm probably not going to focus on Autumn Falls Day. I'm probably just going to kind of wander around and hit a bunch of places. If I can. That is looking at the bridge that is where? That bridge? Doggone it. It's this bridge, so we want to have... that. Let's actually look at the congruency sets. They should be here. Don't make that, and we have to connect all dark cells. Well, then this can't be a dark cell, because no matter what, we're going to make that. So that's the light cell, and we have to do this. So we have to do this, and this. Right? Yeah. That. Okay. Well, we can't connect that there. We can't do this, so we have to have this piece go here and then there. So we're going to do it like that. Do it like this, and then we're good. Neat. Good puzzle. A+. Congruency sets are around here somewhere. It's the types that are technically not part of the hub, but nevertheless are not static puzzles. How about you? This is going to happen, but is it going to happen immediately? That could happen. If I did this... I mean, I have a feeling I'm just ruining the puzzle. Like, it's not going to work this way. So what should go first? This is just a big puzzle. If I got rid of that one first... Now this has to get all the way over. I'm not totally sure how that's going to happen. In fact, I'm not sure what this is going to do in any case. Like, I could bring this. Now I got to bring... No matter what, I got to bring it all the way over. So I think this is just what's going to have to happen at some point. But I can't do it after this, because then we don't have enough pink. I could take care of that. That doesn't do anything. This probably doesn't. I don't know. Maybe this? It would be done after this, though. This is unfortunate, because it's very close. Is this going to be one of those really tedious ones where I just have to, like, do it forever until it's right? I don't like that at all. I don't think I want to be switching that. This. Think about doing this. I still am going to run into trouble here. Like... Hold on, let's get that first. Like... Wait, what was the thing? Was it this one I did? This. I don't know how I'll ever make 4. Yeah, this is just really bad. If I did it this... Yeah, now I can't bring... There's no way I'm going to make 4 here. Yeah, this doesn't work either. If I do this first, I would have to... How would I make 4 ever happen here? This at least seems to be on the right track. There we go. Got it. Alright, that was tricky. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it wasn't bad. That's where I want to be, up there. 4484. Don't make that. Alright. Just kind of saw all that at once. That is up. I think I have to go way up high and look at the rivers. But which one? This one? No, it doesn't have the walls high enough on either side. This doesn't have the rocks. This might be it. No, this is just too narrow on either side. Goodbye. I'm not going to do it right now. Alright. How about you? 5, that's done. All dark areas have the same shape and size. Okay. No 2 light areas have the same shape and size. Well, with a 3 of here, one of them's got to be this and one of them's got to be that. So these have to be dark. One of these has to touch here, so we know that. Which means that's a dark, because it can't touch either of those. That's what that's going to be. This has to be a straight line. So this... Yep. Well, that's what we're forced into. Let's try you out. All dark regions have area 5. Okay. None of them are the same shape and size means we just have different pentominoes. This has to happen, and in fact that. So we have our P, I think that's what that pentomino is called. That can't connect there. This is like the big L. I don't know how else to describe it. So this can't happen because then it would be the same as that. Also, we'd have that issue. So that has to be that. This has to be there. That has to be one of them. They can't both be this, so one of them has to be here. It could be that or that. Not totally sure yet. Anything I can figure out from here? Well... That's possible. Well, if I did this, we would have a real big issue there. So, I could do this. I could also do that. I could do this. I could do that. No, I couldn't do this. So this is possible or that's possible. mean, one of these... This would make that have to be that shape or this shape. I don't have to worry about the white ones at all, really. This would force these just fine. But then it would force me to do this. This would force this piece. If I put a white cell here, we have to do this, which means we have to do that. Therefore, that is what we do. So now I can't make this or that up here. This is like the F shape or whatever they call it. This is your T shape. These are forced. Which means that is... Let's go here or there. Let's see. What else can I figure out? If this is a dark cell, then we would have to make that one, and then we would have to do this. Yeah. So this, therefore, is a white cell, and those are done. Let's see. This is not going to be okay. This can connect there just fine. What else can I infer from here? I could do this. It's totally okay. In fact, I can make that the C shape just fine. Now, if I did a dark cell here, we'd have to come out, and then out, and then out again. Which means this is not acceptable. But this is. Or that. But it could also be a light cell. Well, if this was a dark cell, this would have to be as well. And then we can't do this piece because it would match that. And we can't do that piece. So that's a light cell for sure. We can't do this because we would overextend. We can't do this because we'd make a shape we already have. If this was that... if I made this a light cell, this would be forced. Is that fine? That's fine. This is a dark cell that has to be light, and now we have... This is forced. Yeah, so here's how that logic goes. This is a dark cell. This would make that shape. We can't do it again, so we have to put this here. We have to put this here, but we can't make this shape again, so we can't put it here. We have to make this shape. Now this has nowhere to go, and we're in trouble. Therefore, that is a light cell. We're forced to do this. That has to be blocked, so this is our 5. So, after that, if I make this a dark cell, this is acceptable. We haven't done this shape. We also haven't done this shape, but we've done that shape. If this is a light cell, this would force this around. We're in trouble. Therefore, it is a dark cell, and we have either this piece or that piece. But we can't do that. That's the T shape we have here, and this is the F shape we already have. So, this has to be a light cell. This has to be a light cell. Now, if this were a dark cell, we'd be good. If this is a dark cell, yeah, we're in trouble. So this is the shape. We have this kind of whatever we call that. It's not a T shape quite. It's not an L shape. It's more like a... Is that the Y shape they call it? I don't know. Here we go. This can't connect here. It can't do this because that's this shape again. So we have our cross. This has to come out. It can't be both of these, and it can't be both of those. Therefore, that's a white cell. It can't be this one, so this has to be the S shape. That's done. Now, what's going to connect where from here? We haven't gotten this shape yet. It can go here, and that's that. Oh, I kind of like that one. How about you? Yeah, let's do that. Don't make this pattern. Okay. So they have to be straight things. No two dark areas have the same shape or size. That has to happen. How would I do this? Well, I know these have to be light cells. This is odd. So how do I make any inference? 'Cause I could just do this, but then I would have to do that. Okay. So that's a dark cell for sure, which means that is a light cell. Now, this has to be like this or something. No, that's not going to work at all. Okay. This has to be at least 4. Hold on. Can't go out in this direction. I can't do that. Okay, I messed up somewhere. Let's try again. So we know we can't make these. They have to be all different shapes and sizes, so this has to come out this far. This has to be a dark cell. Now, if this is a light cell, again, it forces this to be dark, forcing this to be a dark cell, forcing this to come out, and that. So, we know dark, light, dark. Now, if this can't go this direction, at all, oh, this could be 3, this could be 4, so this definitely has to be 3. This has to be at least 4. Duh, I'm dumb. That can be the 2. Then what is this going to be? Yeah, what's this going to be? This is wrong. This is wrong. That's wrong. And that... Oh, this can be 5. That's what it is. There we go. That was tricky. My mind did not want to work with that. Did not want to play ball with that puzzle. All dark areas have the same shape and size, so we have an L shape. So it's either that or that. Here. It's not that yet because it cuts that off. L shapes. There's plenty of places to put them. Trouble with this is it would force that, so we can't do this. It does have to be like this. That's the L shape there. It could go down, it could also... No, it has to go down. This is not right. That's okay. That's not okay. Because no matter what, we have this, so... Oh, it's cool. 29. We have 3, 7. I don't know why I counted it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 8. So there's 56 spaces. All dark areas have the same. So I have to make... So I've got 7 by 8, which is 56. Minus 29 is going to be 27, right? Yeah, 29 plus 27 is 56. So I have to make 27 black squares. These are 9, so I need 3 of these. So it could be like this. Could be like this. But where is the third one? Because that is still too many. Is that the best place to put it? I feel like it's a good way to tuck it out of the way, alright? But now, is it here? Yeah, that's it. That's an interesting one. Connect all light cells. No two dark areas have the same shape and size, but they all have 4. Okay, so this has to connect here. So do we have an S or an L? No, we can't do that there, so we definitely have the S piece here. That definitely has to be a dark cell, then so is that. So we either have an L or an O. This could be a T, L. Oh, hold on, that has to be the O, and this could be the L. Yeah. There's more. All dark areas have same shape and size. They have to be an L shape, so that is what we're going to do here. It can't be this piece, right? Because then what do we do? So that is what that's going to be, and we're good. Okay, don't make squares of white. All dark areas have same shape and size. There we go. It can't be that. This has to escape. Therefore, it's either this or that. So that's a dark cell for sure. Where do we go from here? Are there any dangerous white squares? This is just a guess. I'm not even thinking there. No. No, that doesn't work either. Don't think any of that works. Hold on. That was just making a guess for no reason. This has to come through there. This can't be, because then what do I do here? So that is... This much was correct, and so... How do I get... Maybe this is how I get this? Without getting in the way of this? Yeah. Yeah, so that... Nope, I was right. I just got this part wrong and thought and I freaked out about it. No. Okay. I thought that was just like, oh, it's clearly that, so I think it does extend this way. This can't be, because it's gonna end up doing that, so that is a white cell. There. That's a weird one, but I kind of liked it. Okay, no, hold on. I have 1 symbol per light area, yes. No black squares connect all dark cells. No 2 light areas have the same shape and size. These 6s have to all be different shapes. Cool. Connect black cells. Connect black cells. That can't be light. There you go. 4, 6, 5, 6. It's really not totally sure. Something in these got to be white, but it's gonna be. It's fine. Well, think of it this way. Somebody's got to get in here. One of these 2 has to be light. Because if it isn't... No, that's fine. Because it would be this. If this is a dark cell, what would happen? Yeah, so that's a light cell for sure. So there we go. Now it could go this way or not, but I'm This is possible, so is that. But I don't think that's a light. No, that's possible too. But no matter what, we can't bring that around, so it does have to come through this way. Uh-huh. One of these two is light. Which one? This can come over all the way. This could come over all the way. One of these two is light, but it's easy to bring either of those. That's a dark cell. This has to escape because it won't go through here. Which means this... probably, since this has to escape, it does have to come down through here. Now, it could... trouble with going out this far is that we're running out of space for the 3. But it could... But there's no way to... Like, if this comes out this far, you're in trouble. So this has to come down. So we do have to block this here. Which means this guy has to get into this area. All dark cells are connected, so I can't do, like... I could do this. But this also has to have room, because there's no way this can come out 2 spaces. If it comes out 2 spaces, we block off this. So, it has to come out this way. There. And that. And one more here. So now we have 2 similar things here. And that one's done, so it has to be this. That has to be that. Is that right? Because I could also do this. Nah. Because I could... Yeah, I could have it there. That would be acceptable as well. This can't go here. That can't go there. So we do have that. It has to be one of these 2, so it probably is this one. Which is going to force that to be a dark cell. This one would have to be, that would have to be like this, which means that is how that is done. For sure. Okay. There. That one's cool. I like that puzzle. Alright, let's move to... Oh, hold on, let's do this puzzle. It's right here, why not? Huh. This is gonna have to come over. But I think I want that gone. Or do I want... This has to be done. Yeah, I don't think I understand what I'm doing. 1, 2... I gotta figure something out with these first. Yeah, I'm making this worse. If I bring this... Yeah, I can't really bring it up, though. What if I did this first and made it worse? No, this is fine. This is fine. Got it. Oh, that's the thing I already looked at. I don't know where that river is. Gotta be a river with stones and high walls on either side. Red tree. Whatever. Been a while since I did one of these puzzles. These terrible, terrible puzzles. Okay, so that looks really close, so obviously I must be really far away. Nah. I don't get it. Alright, let's head over to here. One of the reasons being, I did forget to pick up this Echo of Time. Not like I have to be in this area, but I might as well continue this. Two Sorrows and a Glimmer of Hope, page 3. The Auroral. The edge of the universe shattered, its thread snapped and coalesced, sending ripples across the sky. Sparks of energy bled in from the unknown, trickling like sand through an hourglass. I felt a familiar presence. There were other minds here, a searing pain on my fingertip. Just as the sky was shattered, so did guilt shatter me. What had I done? There was no time. I pulled the ancient energy from my own being, unraveling my threads and weaving them into the seams of the fracture. I ripped myself apart, and still it was not enough. Okay, remember that. That's going to be important later. Connect dark cells, one light symbol per light area, which means those don't connect. That can't be there, and this can't be there. That can't be that. Well, this is going to connect to somebody. Who's this going to connect to? Because if I did this, for instance, I'd have to do that. Right, and this would connect there as well. So this has got to connect here. Like... yeah, like that. Huh, interesting. Nice pattern. Oh, I hear annoying shy auras. Ignoring them. A, B, darts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the only way to make 5 is that. Right? No, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 and 5. This one is guaranteed. To make 4, it's 3 and 1, or the 4, so that's a light cell. 3 can be made with 1 and 2, or with 3, but it can't be made with 4. 5. 9. Well, 9 is just going to be missing the 1. 2 has to be this. There's no other way. Which means that's a white cell. There you go. 2 plus 3. 6 is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Well, it can't be. This is going to block off the B. 5. Let's see. The 4 has to be 1 and 3. The 3 is going to be... Well, the B, if this blocks it off, it would have to come through here. That's what I'd have to do. Well, if I did it without this, how do I make 6 without a 2? 4 and 2, 1, 3. No, so this is a dark cell for sure. So either way, it's coming through here. 5 is going to be... No, 5 is going to be 2 and 3 like this. There. So 3 has to not connect to that. So there we go. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. How about you? So I gotta be looking at the floating islands somewhere. Are they up here? Like this view? Are there different floating islands somewhere? No, it's I'm pretty sure it's from up here. As we can tell from where the Shiores are placed, but gotta be looking through a tree? What the heck? But then the other island's up there. It's not going to be from here. Oh, it is going to be from here. That was weird. That was weird. Okay. Let's grab some of the puzzles I missed while I was doing that. Okay. Viewpoint numbers. Let's see. That's all we care about are the viewpoint numbers. Now this is not going to connect here. So the most this can go out is that far. Which means it does have to go at least that far. Now if I do block this off, then I would have to go out this far. Definitely. That's fine. If I don't block it off, this has to be. So no matter what, this is guaranteed. This can't go that far. That doesn't tell me much else. This is going to see... Oh, hold on. This is going to see everything but that. That's going to force these to be finished. So that will have to go like this. That is going to be done there. That has to go at least that. Yep, that's just what that is. That's done. One of these. So this can't go here. That's what I know for sure. So there we go. That and one of these two. It's going to be that one so we don't overload it. There we go. What else did I know I missed a thing. Somewhere around here? Ah. There it is. We have another puzzle box here. Connect dark cells, connect light cells. Don't think that's right. Now if I did this... Yeah, this is fine. I hear a cube. There it is. Always look in the tree trunk. That was pretty easy. How are we in time? We're starting to approach the hour mark, so I think I'll wrap it up with something around here, and then that'll be today's lesson. grab those two. Something else over here? Yeah, puzzle box. Let's see. Don't make dominoes. Okay, well this is a totally doable thing. Well, fine. Is there any way this one is? Because that would block... Yeah, that's fine. That can't be for sure. Any other easy ones I want to get out of the way? Well, no dominoes means that's one of them. It means it can't go up that way. Yeah, that overloads it, so these are done. That's gotta be there. Alright, where's the red guy? Let's see. Yeah, that would overload. Not too bad. So you are that one. Anything else up here I'd like to grab the next 5 minutes? That didn't really help me. How about this rolling block puzzle? We could at least do that. So I need it to be this. There we go. I'm going to pretend that was not random, that was entirely skill-based. I saw that. I was 400 moves out. Oh. Something's over here? No, just a trick of the graphics engine. I do see a ring up behind. It's behind me on top of one of the pillar things. I'll grab it in a second here. Oh, you still got more to do. Oh, you're going to take me back. Oh. Okay, so rings here, which will go just a bit. Ring up here. And puzzle box over here. Okay, so those can't connect for sure. Those can't connect. All dark regions of area 6. So those have to go out like so. And that's how that'll be. And of course we have a little bit of sentinel stones, probably somewhere right in here. Yep. Dark cells connected, 1 light symbol per area, and no squares. Ah, so that's gonna make things interesting. So probably this, because anything else makes it really difficult, but I don't know for sure. Hold on. We're gonna have to come through here and there and there. 1 light symbol per area. This is what this is going to do. This is the only, oops, the only way to do this. This is in fact, it was correct. This should be fine, and then this. Oops, hold on, I gotta do this side. Okay. I should stop. I should do something else, but I am addicted to puzzles. How about you? Crystal maze time. There's a sights here in the maze? No thanks. Probably because it just happened to generate in the same area, but it's not a sightseer specifically for the maze. That is the wrong direction. connect light cells. That would overload. That's doable. Either this or that. This is either there or there. So no matter what, those are light cells. But, interesting. So we can't go down that far, for instance. I want to connect all light cells. What do we do from here? Well, we could have both of these like this. We don't actually know. Either way, one of these two, and then one of these two. If I did this, though... Is this a problem? No, it's not a problem. It solves beautifully. Anything else in the corners that I haven't been checking out here? How about in my... Ah, I definitely got this. Anubis Desert Orchid. Can I wear a Desert Orchid? I can, but I think it's like the really, really... yeah. You know, it's bringing the 80s back. I think I'll dig it. And on that note, I think I'll stop right here. And by right here, I mean after I do this puzzle box. And then get to something else in the next video. So these can't connect, those can't connect. There's no squares, exactly one symbol per light area. This has to be this way, so we know that much. That has to be there. Can I do this? Yes. I have to do that. That has to be true. I have to get a light cell into this area somehow. If I do this... yeah, so it's going to come through here. That can't happen. That can't happen. That's fine. This could go here. In fact, I think it has to. Because this is fine. Now in this area, there's got to be a light cell somewhere. So if I did this, we would have squares. So therefore that is for sure. That's like so. Hold on. How do I... That's got to connect. How do I get something up here? Only way I can think of is this, but then it's gonna... it'd have to connect like this. Yeah, I think that's fine, but then I do have to bring this down. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I was just worried. Alright, that'll be all I'll do. Just a bunch of random puzzle solving. I hope that's what floats your goat. And I will see people in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.